Hello everyone, and welcome back to the STPL. We just saw Eonzerg take down Herbie in the first game to give NaS a 1-0 lead against aSh. We're going to be heading here into our second game.
Yes, Kicks. Yes, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So NaS up 1-0. I would say that just in general, aSh has really struggled, and NaS has had some real high points and some real high points in previous seasons.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to represent there for a second. And so I would maybe favor them a little bit. Of course, Eonzerg winning game number 1 kind of sets the stage for that, but I can't wait to see who's playing next, Kicks.
Yep, so let's have a look. It's going to be for NaS. It's TerrOr, the Peruvian powerhouse himself. One of the better players, one of the highest ranked players in the STPL so far. Did a great job last round, did a great job in round 1 as well. He joined NaS at the end of round 1 though, because SK Alpha disbanded. But here he is in the first week for NaS, just trying to get a win on the leaderboard for them. And the man standing in his way is the other captain or co-captain of aSh right now. It's Jojo. Now Jojo hasn't had the strongest season so far. Round 1 he did an okay job. Round 2 he did an okay job as well. But he is up, much like Herbie was, against a really, really high caliber opponent. But the one benefit he does have is he is moving on to Plasma. Now as you said before, Plasma, a little bit of a weird map. 3 players, eggs everywhere, blocking off all of the ground parts. And it should be kind of cool to see if Jojo can maybe pull some cheese or something out here to take down TerrOr.
Yeah, I will say that. So one of the best things to do on Plasma is weird like air all-ins. So we see like speed shuttle Reaver drops can be super effective. But this is a PB or a TVZ, so no shuttle shenanigans. Muta's obviously super strong. So that's definitely something to watch out for. And one of the other reasons that they're strong is because the mains are very tiny. So as a Terran who needs to fill up just a lot of real estate with depots,
Yeah.
It can be a little bit rough because you have to spread yourself out, which can make you vulnerable to Muta harass.
Yeah, very vulnerable. We may see that in this game. There's also a lot of airspace behind the minerals. But the only way to see how Jojo is really going to play on here is to move on to the game with currently TVZ is 1-0. Can TerrOr make it 2, or is it going to tie it up with Jojo? It's TerrOr versus Jojo, NaS versus aSh, game 2. And starting us off here in the top left position, we do have the Teal Zerg fighting for aSh. It's Jojo.
Yep, his opponent is Terran, and is in the orange in the bottom left-hand corner. It's TerrOr.
Yeah, now TerrOr, of course, one of the strongest foreign players at the moment. So going to be a big ask for Jojo to come out and do it, but we've seen bigger upsets. So this isn't something that is impossible, but it's certainly something that Jojo is going to be worried about, I would say. Now, like in the past 2 rounds, aSh hasn't had the best performances. They've had a few sort of off games and things like that, so they're going to really be trying to show a good set of series in round 3. They've not really had their chance to shine yet.
So this is TerrOr, right? This is the Peruvian Terran player, TerrOr.
Yeah.
There's another player named TerrOr who's kind of a famous or infamous BJ on Africa TV, and earlier today I saw that C's stream had like 60k viewers, and I was like, what on earth is going on there? And I tune in, and it's TerrOr, not this TerrOr, the Korean TerrOr, playing a game against another famous BJ named Ginyuda, who's another sort of like troll kind of personality, funny BJ guy. But they were doing like these weird challenges, and so the challenge that TerrOr had to do is to infest a command center, build an infested Terran, put it in an Overlord, and then bomb Ginyuda's army. And he was almost winning, and then he got into such a bad spot that he was, they were trolling around and everything, but he eventually did this. He goes up to this army, drops an infested Terran on it, and infested Terrans deal like 500 AoE damage. It's insane. It's more powerful than a nuke at the periphery. And he just blows the entire army up and then taps out because he was going to lose anyway. But it was super, super sick. You got like 1,000 balloons or something for that afterwards. It was actually hilarious. And that was my terror analogy for today, even though it has nothing to do with this player.
Yeah, he's that TerrOr is also going to the military, I think, in a couple of weeks. So
He is?
yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of the things I learned about him today. Now, it looks like TerrOr could be doing something a little bit more interesting. Now, one thing you can do on this map is actually push a vulture through the minerals with a landing barracks. And there's a refinery going up, so I think TerrOr's going to do it. It's hard to do, but I've actually done it myself, so it's not that hard. If someone like me can do it, TerrOr certainly can. But it looks like Jojo's been trying to scout with his drone for a while. He did manage to get through the first set of minerals, but getting a little bit stuck behind the second set. So
yeah, he really is. There's a couple of ways that you can go about scouting the bottom left location, and he's choosing basically the slowest way to do it. And yeah, it's kind of got the worker stuck. One of the things I like about Plasma is that it requires like active scouting. You can't just click on a location and have the worker go there. You actually really have to work on it. Glitching it through the minerals. So here comes, the natural coming up, but more importantly, I think he's not going to do the glitch through. He's just going to float the racks over. The Overlord's right there to scout it out. So good on Jojo to recognize this possibility.
yeah, Jojo did send his Overlord in the right location, did see the barracks building, and I mean, TerrOr is still going to be able to land the barracks, possibly up there, build some marines, and just get some sort of overview there, but it's not going to be as strong anymore. Now, we do have the factory coming in as well, just behind the pen, but looks like we will, the pen for the Panda Bear guys, but we're going to have Jojo's drone finally making its way in, and he's going to scout that there's going to be a second gas taken. And now I don't know if he's going to be able to get into the main, but as long as he sees the second gas being done this quickly, he should know that something's up. It's likely from this position, I would say, going to be 2 port wraiths, so Jojo going straight into there, going into a second extractor as well.
How's my voice sound, Kicks? You sound a little robotic to me.
Your voice sounds fine. Maybe it's just me.
Oh. Okay. Well, Kicks, maybe oil yourself up a little bit before this one. I meant that because you were a robot, not anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Kicks. Appreciate that one. You really saved me there. All right, well, the drone's going to scout the 111 here, and unfortunately will go down, but I think he learned about as much as he could have hoped to. So that's pretty valuable. And on the other side, with the Zerglings guarding those egg patches, Jojo will kind of feel okay about the way that his game looks on the other side.
Yeah, now the one big difference we see is TerrOr didn't actually opt to go scout with an SCV, so that barracks went over to the other main, didn't see anything. So he is completely blind right now. I mean, he doesn't know exactly what's going on. Of course, he can assume that there will be a spy coming up behind this, but I mean, he could be losing to lurkers any second. And I mean, there is a Hydralisk den up already, so looks like he is thinking 2 port wraith, and that's going to be kind of right. He is going to see the 1 port worth of wraiths, but we're going to see a Slimecessly immediately behind this.
So one thing that I just kind of am thinking about, just in theory, and I have no idea how to play on Plasma, it just seems super weird to me, is that if you want to play aggressively as Zerg, one of the you have basically 2 options. You can go Mutas, because they can bypass all the terrain, or you can get quick Lurkers, because the splash damage kills the eggs basically instantly.
Yeah.
There's like those 2 options, right? He does have a Spire in production, but it's only about halfway done. So any hope at saving these Overlords has to come from Hydras, and it looks like currently there's only 1 out there. Wait, he doesn't kill the Overlord? What? Dude, go kill the Overlord. He's got 1 HP.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose the race, that's the big thing. This is the only scouting information he actually has at the moment, so can't really afford to lose it. But weirdly enough, Jojo did leave another Hydralisk back at his other mineral line. He didn't want to use that to kill the Wraith either. Possibly just making sure, but it looks like the Wraith is going to go down eventually. It's kind of stuck in a really weird position right now.
Yeah, it's only got a couple more hits left on it, and boom goes the dynamite. There it is. Wraith out of there, but on the other side, what's in production? It's a science vessel. And so he's going to have it radiate out just in time. That means if lurkers were the call to try to break through, then he'd be able to irradiate those.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, TerrOr's actually going for mech. He's adding on another couple of factories. Now, this could actually be one of the longest Plasma games we've seen. just because mech is quite slow to build up. You obviously need to get a decent number of units. Of course, he could go for something like 4 or 5 Fact Goliath. I've seen him do that on maps like Gladiator as well. I mean, a single Mutalisk gonna try and push through and attack the Vulture, knows that there's no Wraith anymore, so other than turrets, there's not really going to be too much anti-air. Oh, but that Mute needs to be careful.
Yeah, really good turret placement. I think that's what, 4 or 5 turrets up? Yeah, so, oh wow, he actually has 2 in his main as well. TerrOr's rock solid at this point. He's totally well defended. He's got the barracks scouting out the right-hand side of the map, which, you know, really totally barren at this point. But with more mutas actually coming out here, this is really cool. Jojo's going to go for this tech, but, you know, like I said, there's already a ton of turrets and double science vessels, one of which has enough energy for Irradiate.
Yeah, the Irradiate's going to be the big defining moment on whether or not Jojo's tactics going to work. Goliaths, of course, there are going to be a lot of them, but they don't do that much damage to Mutalisks. I believe the
it's half damage, right?
It's half damage, I think, to Mutalisks. So Goliaths mainly excel at their range, and I mean, Jojo's going to move in, try and do some damage in the main, but TerrOr, because he thought it was going to be like 2-hatch Mura or something, has seriously overbuilt turrets. So I really hope that Jojo sees what's going on and kind of backs his way off of this.
Oh god, 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 oh god. There we go. Damn, that was a lot of damage. So many red health mutas, and you know, thankfully there's more you know, joining the flock here, but that is just quite a bit of damage to take. So for all intents and purposes, these Goliaths make TerrOr kind of god mode. He'll be able to get out as many science vessels as he wants, and I think he's just going to be totally happy with his position right now.
Yeah, but the big thing is for Jojo is he's taking a very quick third gas. Going to take that in the middle. Not the safest location, but it is going to be a long push path away by TerrOr. What Jojo really needs to look to do is go into lurkers, go into sort of anti-mech build now. He scouted out all of the factories, so it's going to be very important that he does do something about this. So he's going into the hive, going to be going into defilers as well, most likely. And we're going to see a 6th hatchery at the sort of mineral-only natural as well.
Honestly, a great build to go on. This seems like mixing in maybe just 1 or 2 queens. Not only can you like parasite science vessels, but you're gonna play a long game, and air units have a lot of value, especially early on. So you can maybe run in and get a couple of nice spawn broodlings. You've got time, and I think time is really kind of the resource that, you know, queens are most expensive with, because you have to get a unit that does no damage and then wait for it to build up a ton of energy for 1 spell cast. And I think the UI actually have that much time on a map like Plasma.
Yeah, now the weirdest thing is we've got Jojo's Mutalisk sitting completely idle next to some Vultures, but the Vultures have seen this proxy hatchery that Jojo has built. Now, I mean, Jojo looks to be having a few problems moving his units around. I mean, it could possibly be that there is a little bit of lag, but Jojo taking another base in the middle. He's playing incredibly greedy, and that may benefit him.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can irradiate the eggs, right?
I don't think so.
No, I mean like you could eraser them.
You know what, I'm not too sure. I don't think you can kill eggs with irradiate, so even if you...
I mean, they're biological, right?
I think they've got a weird armor type, but I've never seen anyone do it, so I'm going to imagine that you can't.
Okay, I've actually never tried to irradiate eggs before. That's just something I've never done, so maybe my bad. If somebody in chat can maybe let us know about that one. But yeah, we'll need some experiment. Because, you know, the number of maps that have egg walls on them are just kind of low.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of, like, even some of the more standard maps do have, like, maybe a single egg blocking a ramp or something, but at that point you don't really need to irradiate it, you just kill it. It looks like the Mutalisks are going to be able to take that down. Now, one of the benefits for Jojo at the moment is we actually see TerrOr pushing straight up, so this hidden base is going to go completely undetected, and this other gas is going to go undetected as well. But obviously Jojo does need to be careful. He's going to need a lot of units to be able to defend this. He's got +1 attack upgrades, and he's going into Greater Spire. Well, he's got Greater Spire.
Oh boy. Greater Spire. I actually really love that call. There's a bunch of really low health mutas, and so maybe you can use that. Actually, we've been in this game so long that the mutas have almost healed back up from being basically dead.
Yeah, we're currently 12 minutes into the game now. We've got TerrOr making his first push. He doesn't actually have Vulture speed yet. He's not really needed to get it. But that's going to mean the Vultures aren't going to be able to do as much. Going to lay some mines down here as well, just for vision. But this is going to give Jojo the real first look at what's coming his way.
Now, I mean, going for, Greater Spire here with Guardians on the way, I mean, you know that you're doing this into ranged Goliaths, right? So you're going to have to play this pretty carefully. And, already we see that there aren't really lurkers here defending this. And, you said maybe going for an anti-mech build. Where's it at, Kicks?
I mean, this is the anti-mech style, but the trouble is he's going for a big counter rather than defending his bases. Now, I mean, maybe he can make something work, but this is going to be a lot of dead Guardians when they hatch. There's not actually that many tanks with the army, though, and this counterattack is going to get all of the factories.
Yeah, on top of them, but not moving against the Irradiate. That Irradiate will kill maybe 3, 4, 5 mutas? Oh my god! I think we just watched Jojo throw away his entire army.
Yeah, I mean, I do wonder if we just watched a man die, and I think we have someone called Lively put this up there, because Jojo has lost so much now. He's going to try and kill the reinforcements with his reinforcements, but he's losing his main. He's losing his natural as well. He's lost his third base. And I mean, the only thing going for him right now is he's taken the other main, but that's not going to be enough. GG! And TerrOr is going to take us up to 2-0.
Damn, yeah, not enough time for Guardians. That's kind of surprising. That definitely felt like a game, as most of them do on Plasma, where unless you find some weird way to bypass the eggs, you got a lot of time, but now we found out exactly how much time you don't have. And the answer is you don't have enough time to go Guardians unless you're just like rushing straight there. And he did take some creative liberties towards the middle of that game.
Yeah.
Either way, that's going to be 2-0.
It is.
Start for NaS.
And that's going to take us into our third game, which is going to be between Dragon and Bell, which we'll be back with in just a minute.